Hello and welcome to another episode of Ways to Better Living. And in this episode, the topic today will be, are you responsible? Yes, as always, this is your host, Colio. And in dealing with this topic, we're gonna touch on a few things, but before I head into the discussion, you will notice a change I'm making in the photo. Is the photo today will be the photo I'll be using now constantly, and you will just have the topic on, but not on the photo, since some days what the topic is going to be not going to be coming ahead of time. It will be on the spot. So I decided to do it this way. So that way, it will not be looking different from the rest. So it will all be the same. Just you will see the topic, the photo will be different, the same photo, and also the continuation of whatever will be discussed. So in the manner of description. So with that says, that is one of the changes as for this time. So beside that, or as you already been noticed, it's mostly been done now live, just for the fact that I'm all about saving time. I cannot come here and teaching you to save time, which is money, and not be doing the same myself. So in order for me to save the time, instead of doing it separately and then have to prepare everything and then come spend time again to post it and all that, I just do it this way, and it's easy and it's one done. And once I finish that and this is done, it's posted, I don't have to worry about posting it again. So with that says, now let's dive right into the conversation of, are you responsible? So with this topic, it's something that has been in my heart for pretty much the whole day, as to me thinking of the whole responsible in how one can handle things in life, and how many claim to be responsible yet are not. And with this, I'll give you few, once I dive into it, few things that you would notice is I will give you the general idea of what people consider to be responsible, as to whether that is included in being responsible. So before going any further, let's dive right in. The general view of one consider themselves to be responsible is to taking care of themselves in a manner of spending money in buying whatever they buy, as to help building themselves, as they will put it, or for the ones that are more parents, in buying things for their children, or cooking for them, or bathing them, or all these things that you will consider as to be responsible. But for someone who's single, what do they consider to be responsible is paying your bill, whether on time, or if there's times that it's a little bit late, but in the sense of paying your bills, and also make sure you got food, which is something that you consider to be responsible for. And well, mostly those are the two things in paying your bills, and which that everyone knows that a lot of bills. So that's why I just put it paying your bills. So that considering to be a lot of things. If you drive a vehicle, you pay your bill by paying your insurance and putting gas in the vehicle. That's all included under paying your bills. And your phone, your cable, internet, and all that, as you will list them on and on. So these are the things and factors of being responsible counted in the world. Now, what if I tell you that those things are not necessarily count you as being responsible? What will be your response? You say, oh, I find that to be hard, because you gotta be like, if you're doing all this, you gotta be responsible to do it. Okay? I don't deny you on that. But now, the question I have for you: the people who you don't consider to be responsible, majority of them got bills that they do take care of. It just, the only difference is they don't put those as priority, but they do take care of it. They just don't consider it as priority. So would you say that makes you responsible then, and they're not responsible because they do not put it as priority? You can't. Why? Because they do take care of it. It might not be as regular as you do in yours, but they do as well. So why would you consider yourself being responsible because you take care of those things, and someone else that don't, you take care of it in the manner you do it, that they are not responsible? You cannot. So now, what would you class if you look at those instances? Then now it comes down. What is class as being responsible? Now, this topic tying with the last two episodes as to your choice. The thing that people do not understand, even your children, depending on the parents, some parents can teach the children to learn responsibility in an early stage in their life. Some says they have to go to certain age before they can teach them responsibility. So, what is this responsibility that you teach them? Exactly what way? To be able to get up early and do the chores at home, to showing sign of getting up and going to your job and going to school and not be late. And these are these things that you will consider. So, if you look at that, then we say a lot of people grow up like that, but still not responsible. Now, what would you class as responsibility? Responsibility is being able to understand that you make that choice and have to deal with the consequences that come with that choice. So meaning you see that your choice, you are responsible for that choice. It's not about you paying your bill or making sure you got food in the house or making sure you got your smokes or making sure you got this. That's not what the responsibility, it makes you responsible. It's your choice that you make. So you are responsible for whatever consequences that comes follow that. Why do I say that? Well, few episodes when I just started, I discussed about some people love others to make decision for them, in the sense of asking advice and say, what would you do? And they go do the exact same. Why? Because they're doing that to avoid the responsibility that comes with the decision. So if you doing that to avoid that, which means you are not responsible, that is why you want others to be responsible for the decision you make, and you go great length to always blame someone else for your decision that you make. For majority of you now, you're understanding why that is what makes you responsible from not responsible. So if you see it in that light, then now you understand that, well, if I'm responsible for my decision, my choices, then why do I put it on someone else to be responsible for it? Simple, because you avoid your responsibility. That is where the word comes from, your responsibility. Do you take care of it? It's not about you paying child support, or your responsibility comes in that choice. Because before you make the choice in paying the child support, you have to be forced to do it majority of the time. So, which means you already put that responsibility on someone else, and now you are forced to be responsible for something that is already your responsibility. So the choice you make, that is your responsibility, that choice. So what would you classify to be as to what falls under you being responsible? Is it you paying your bills, making sure you got food, or the choice you make that you know you are responsible for every decision that you make, and not blaming others for it? So that is what I will leave you with, as it is not a topic that I want to keep on going about, since it's all based on the choices. So now I'm letting you know that your choice is what makes you responsible. So if you give it to someone else, it shows you are not responsible. You're not someone that can consider yourself as responsible. If someone has to remind you to pay your bills, doesn't mean you are not responsible. It means you do not prioritize that as to but yet you know you have to. That is your choice to choose not to at the point that you choose it not to. So that is the choice you make, and that choice is what classifies you as being responsible. So think of this, and always, whenever you're about to make a decision, remember this: you are responsible for that decision. It don't matter what age you are responsible. So with that said, I'll end this by saying thanks for being here, and hope that you can put this to application and benefit you. As always, this is your host, Colio, saying God bless you and have a lovely day.